Have you ever known something was wrong and kept doing it anyway? Have you ever taken something small and told yourself it was just that, small, that no one would notice, that it wouldn't matter? But somewhere, deep down, you knew. This is a story about what happens when the things we take quietly return loudly. There was a spring in the forest that belonged to no one, and because it belonged to no one, it belonged to everyone. Every animal came to it, every morning, every evening. The rabbit with its small sips, the deer with its quiet patience, the old turtle who drank deeply and moved on without ever taking more than was needed. The fox knew the spring well, knew its rhythms, knew when it was full, knew when the others weren't watching. And that knowledge, over time, became something the fox began to use. It started small, a little more than needed, stored away, just in case. The fox told itself this was intelligence, planning ahead, because calling something smart can make it easier not to question it. The fox had been in that valley when the crow finally came down, and had seen up close what it looks like when someone realizes they have been watching their own life from too far away. While the others drank and left, the fox worked quietly in the background, redirecting, storing, taking a little from each visit. The spring began to run lower than usual. The rabbit noticed first, returning home with less than expected. The deer stood longer at the edge, waiting for a flow that came more slowly now. The fox stood among them, looking concerned. "Perhaps the dry season is coming early," the fox said. "We should all be more careful." And at first, everyone believed it. But slowly, something didn't add up. One morning, the deer came to the spring before sunrise, not to drink, just to sit. The way the deer sometimes did when the forest was still. And there was the fox, moving carefully, quietly, taking. The deer did not move, did not speak, just watched. And somehow, that silence felt heavier than accusation would have. Some things don't need to be said to be understood. Later that morning, the deer found the old turtle near the ancient trees, said nothing dramatic, just described what had been seen, quietly, carefully, the way the deer always spoke. The turtle listened without interrupting, then stood up slowly and walked toward the spring. The fox was there when the turtle arrived, along with the rabbit, the deer, the others. The turtle said nothing at first, just looked at the fox with the particular stillness of an animal that already knows. Here's what no one expected. The fox didn't run, didn't argue, just stood there as the silence grew heavier. And slowly, something shifted in the fox's expression. Not fear, something older than fear. "I told myself it was just a little," the fox said finally. "Every time, just a little." The turtle looked at the stored water the fox had taken. It had turned, dark and still, the way standing water does when it stops moving. Useless now, all of it. The fox looked at it for a long time, the thing taken with such care, hidden with such effort, worth nothing. The turtle turned to the others. "The spring is still here. We will share what remains." No speech, no punishment declared, just that. The fox was not chased away, was not excluded. But when the next morning came and everyone gathered at the spring, the fox came last, waited, took only what was needed, and left without storing anything. That was enough. What the fox had taken didn't stay. It sits still. It turns. It costs more than it gave. The fox was not destroyed by the others. The fox had done it alone. That is how it usually works. Not loudly, not dramatically. Just the slow, certain return of every small choice. Maybe you have taken something small and told yourself it didn't matter. Or maybe you have been the deer at the spring before sunrise, watching, knowing, deciding what to do with what you saw. Have you ever watched something fall apart over choices that looked small at the time? Drop it in the comments. Or maybe you're still in the middle of it. That's okay too. And in the next story, you will meet someone who said one honest thing and watched it become something unrecognizable.